Bring your woman how you should be, she wouldn't be able to leave you. Real feminine women are picky, jealous, expensive, and a lot of men don't like that. They complain about that. But me, I love that because in my head, I do so much for this girl. No other man can put up with her like I can. Not possible. You get into a relationship wanting to do the bare minimum, and then you wonder why she's always complaining. When she wants something, it should be your every intention to get it for her. I cook for her, I clean for her, I change the baby's diapers, I do everything she says. Please tell me, why would she leave me? She has her own personal slave. A lot of men want their girl to be the slave. They want to sit down like a king, and while their girl does all the fucking work, and to me that makes no sense. I want my girl to sit pretty. I don't want anyone to see her doing any type of work. You're a female, you shouldn't be doing any work. You should just be sitting down with your nails did and your makeup on, looking pretty. That's all I want. I like the appearance. Just come with me, look pretty, that's all you gotta do. Everything, manual, physical, I'll do that shit. Yesterday, we went out, she didn't have to do shit. I cleaned the room, I put gas in the car, I got the baby ready. All she had to do was put on her makeup and come get in the car.
So there's part of me that's like, okay, if that's what you want to do and that makes you happy in your relationship, go for it. Just don't preach that's what makes sense for most people. Most people have the benefit of experience. Most older men have the benefit of experience in knowing, and once thinking the same way, we know what happens. You have to understand, you have to give people, especially women, the credence and the ability. You take them off the pedestal and say, you're human too. You can do all these things for her and you think, I'm literally her slave. And I'm not saying that you don't do stuff. You don't do your share of chores. You want to do all the things that are physical, go for it. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Hold the line. That's what you do. But do not think that because you do all these things, that guarantees you loyalty. Because you work yourself to the bone, why would she leave for someone else? Because she's human. And sometimes that's what we decide to do. Doesn't have to make sense, it doesn't rhyme or reason. Or you bending over backwards actually is disgusting. You not having a spine, you just saying do whatever, makes you seem like less masculine to her. Or she simply decides, I can get away with it. You're the one you're not gonna say no. You're not gonna be upset. You're gonna go along with whatever I've got going on, whatever I say, because you've shown me that life. I've got hey, this is a guy I'm actually into. This guy I'm actually doing. These are the type of men that justify when the bad things happen. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Again, if this is how you want to be, absolutely go for it. Knock yourself out. Most men are going to sit back and watch and just say, we'll wait. Listen, if you, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Still going strong, still doing two a day. Uh, Sometimes we got to accept, like some people in the young generation, I want to say they're cooked, right? Because it's similar to how we grew up. It's similar. We had similar lines of thought, maybe not as excessive as calling myself a slave in order to keep someone's loyalty. But we thought if we did all the things, then it would just turn out to be, why wouldn't this last forever? Why wouldn't she just choose me? Why don't she be with me? No one else is going to do the things I do for her. It's because maybe she doesn't need you to do those things. Those things are all extra. In the previous video, I talk about like love deposits and the love bank. I got this from a therapist. If the things you're doing you value, you think are super important to her, but they're middling importance or they're not important, she just likes that you do them. You're gonna be hit with the I never told you to do those things. I never asked you to do those things for me. And yeah, that's not really what's important to me. It's like he's exhibiting like this form of mate guarding. I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna enslave and indebt myself to her. Whatever she says, I'll take care of. I'll do. You have, as a man, you have a greater purpose on this planet than to simply make a woman the center of your universe. She deserves more than that. You think you're doing something, you think you're elevating someone like that, but that's a lot of pressure to put on someone. To have someone now be responsible for every single waking decision of your life. You want to, what tie should I wear? Where should we eat? Where should we go for vacation? She has her own life, her own desires, her own thinking. If you put that person in the center of everything, then they're responsible for all types of your happiness or when life goes left. realistically, this is not just, it's not a real tenable thing. And I'll say why. If this goes south, because we don't want to wish bad on a young man. If this goes south, where are you? What type of life do you have? When you make someone your purpose, or you make a thing your purpose, and let's put the purpose aside for a second. Let's talk about identity. When your identity is what you do first and foremost, right? I'm easy, I'm a doctor. Well, if that doctor, which is a credentialed position with a licensure, with a board, if that can be removed from you and that's intrinsic to your identity, what happens then? If it can be taken away by some other entity, by some other mechanism, some other engine, or some person's decision just to no longer be with you, what are you then? Is a crisis that happens to a lot of us. And we'll make it even simpler. Sometimes as women, as they raise their child and their child leads them less and less and less. I had a friend who her child was coming on like 8 or 9 and was becoming more and more independent. And the relationship she had with the baby dad was so awful, so back and forth, so contentious. But she's here thinking, I want another child. I says, do you want another child, or are you afraid to confront your identity as now you're moving on to this different period of what are you if you don't have to, if he doesn't need you? If your son doesn't need you to mother him all the time, what are you now? Sometimes we do things to simply fill the noise. When or if, okay, we still don't want to miss bad, yeah, bad on the guy. If she decides to leave or you guys break up, what happens? She's become your purpose and you don't understand. You'll be lost. You'll be lost because you made your entire world about pleasing her. You infantilize women. We infantilize women too much. You don't give them credence for their own choices, their own ability to think, make decisions for themselves, or have their own desires. Or you also don't hit them with real world consequences. She decides to do this. What is your response? Because you've indebted yourself, you've enslaved yourself to her. All is forgiven because you can't identify, you can't imagine a life where this isn't a thing. I have a really good friend who's going something through something very similar to that, where his entire life is built around his relationship with this woman. I think this woman, we all understand this woman's not good for him, but he cannot imagine a life without that. So what happens? You put up with stuff you know you shouldn't. You know you shouldn't. Stuff that's obvious to anyone looking, on the outside looking in, but you have not, you don't have enough of your own identity, your own purpose, your own drive, your own backbone, because it's all driven through this one person. And again, I'll say this: that person doesn't deserve that. Not saying they haven't earned it. That's a different type of deserve. I'm saying they don't deserve that amount of power and pressure put upon them, where we're not good enough to be ourselves and someone else. We're not good enough to live our own lives and the lives of someone else. The best course of action here is to be you, identify a purpose, identify what is important to you. You help and you invest in these people, you build them up. You don't do everything, you don't do all the challenges in life for them. So they are left sort of debilitated, stagnated. They don't know how the rest of the world actually operates. Because they've had someone like you to simply say, I'll do everything you need. I'll do everything you need. It stems from what it sounds more like, a very low self-esteem. I'll do whatever you need, just don't leave. Why would you leave? I do everything for you. The last part of that, a lot of that turns into entitlement. That entitlement turns into social rage. I do everything for you. Why are you not loving me the way I want you to love me? Why are you not doing things, especially if she ever decides to leave? And again, we're not wishing bad. That type of attachment usually turns bad. But listen, if you think I missed something, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on your screen right now, take a look at those. Let me know what you think about those in those videos. And of course, if you listen to sound of my voice right now and you haven't subscribed, you haven't joined the train, oh, we're just trying to pay the rent, right? See you in the next one.